Today we are going to talk about my water box Peninsula Mini 25. So I told you guys in the previous video that I have a couple issues with this tank, and this video is only focusing on that. The problem that I have is I have an aiptasia infestation on it. The problem started since I got some of microalgae that is in that tank right now. The microalgae wasn't clean and probably had a little bit of aiptasia, a small aiptasia in there, so it grew and now it's everywhere, right? So aiptasia is one of those pests that is very annoying, but at the same time, if you have the right tools, it's easy to take care of. So in this video, I'm going to show you my approach with this system. I have dealt with aiptasia in the past, and this is the first time that I do something different, and I'm going to explain why. Let's see what's going on in the tank. I want to show you all the I actually want to show you the before and after of this process. The introduction to gastropods, which is the family into what nudibranch falls, is a very diverse group, right? So the nudibranchs, they are kind of finicky, very specialized animal. These Bergias, they only consume aiptasia. They don't eat nothing else. My hopes is that they will create some sort of stable population in the system. They will consume all the aiptasia, and afterwards, when I see that there is no more aiptasia in there, I will try to save as many as I can, and I will try to give as many as I can to either my friends or my local fish store. So that way I don't kill them for not providing enough food, right? The Bergias, they usually grow almost from 3/4 of an inch to all the way to almost an inch. Those are the big boys. When they arrive, they will be very small, but with time they will grow. So I have here the Bergias. They just arrived in the mail. They are being temperature acclimated for a couple of hours now, and I just want to show you guys all the steps actually that I'm going to take to put them in the tank. This is my first time dealing with nudibranchs. I read about them a lot, and I know there are a lot of species out there. The only ones that we use in the reef hobby that are beneficial for us are these guys right here. Some people might know the Montipora eating nudibranch. They are very similar to these guys. Actually, once I saw them, I was like, they look like Montipora eating nudibranchs. But these guys, they are tiny, man. They are very small. Here you can see my new Bergias. I have 5 specimens right here. They measure around half an inch. Hopefully they are going to lay eggs any time in the future. They are super tiny. I have to take some precautions when placing these guys in the system with all the big aiptasia. Some of those big aiptasia could snack on these guys very quickly. I'm going to start acclimating these guys. The specimen container that they came on, it's already temperature acclimated. Next, I'm going to do a little bit of a drip acclimation, because I believe this water has 0 nitrates, and in the system that I have, I know there is some high nitrates in there. So I'm going to drip acclimate these guys for some time, and then I'm going to talk about them. I move the Bergias to the beaker that I have here, and as you can see, they're moving around. I'm going to start the drip acclimation right now. It should be 5 in here. They are super tiny. So I use this pipette to grab them, to make it a little bit easier for me to move them around. Let's start the drip acclimation and see how it goes. So I set up this system almost a year ago. And the initial idea for this system was to house a mantis shrimp, which I did for a few months, and then unfortunately the mantis shrimp passed away. I decided to create this type of system. As you can see, I have red microalgae and a few gorgonias and soft corals living in this system. I really like the look of it, especially with the bubbles coming up. It gives a very unique look. Right now the system is housing the small cowfish that I have there. That's the only fish that lives in this system, and it's more than enough for what I intended this to be. Maybe I will add a few shrimps, something nice to look at. Maybe it's scarlet shrimp or skunk shrimp, either one of those, so they can help me out clean up after this guy because he's a little bit messy. Overall, the tank looks very, very cool, very nice. I want to add more soft corals into it, so that's my plan, and different types of gorgonias. That's what I want to add in the future. But the problem today is, and the issue, it's the aiptasia that is being growing exponentially in this tank. Everywhere that you can see, you will find an aiptasia. Even in the microalgae, if you can see, they're growing in the microalgae. They are growing all over the rocks. They are growing even down below that gorgonia right there. So the tank is infested with aiptasia everywhere. I was removing the aiptasia manually before, and for some time it worked, but then I decided to have a more aggressive approach or a more unique approach. So what I want to do with this system is I'm introducing a Bergia Nudibranch. This stuff is growing everywhere, and you have the little cowfish swimming in there. See, this is my setup for my Bergias. I'm trying to do the drip acclimation, so I'm waiting for the water to get probably until here, I will say. At that point, I will transfer them to this system. So a couple of things that I want to do just for precaution. These guys are tiny. So first of all, this is the tool that I'm using to transfer them. So I can I can suck them up with this one by one and then transfer them into here. So here's the thing, I have to turn everything off, right? No bubbles, no waymaker, no pump. I don't want them to fall into a big aiptasia and become a prey of what I need them to take care of. I have to be very gentle when placing these guys into that system. So let's see how this goes, guys. All right, guys, so this is a gastropod, family gastropods, which includes snails, land snails, sea snails, and of course nudibranchs. There are around 3,000 species of nudibranchs. The appendages that you see are called serrata. Those are extensions of their digestive system. On front of their faces, they have two appendages. They are called rhinophores. These appendages act like sensory mechanisms. They can detect the prey and the wild. Also, the other appendages act like small tentacles. They can sense when they are approaching to the prey. Their eyes are they have very poor eyesight. They rely mostly on, they use the rhinophores to pick up chemical signals on the water. So that's why you see the crazy appendages moving around left and right. They're trying to, it's like a blind man trying to find its way with the stick, pretty much. They are predators. They are very voracious, and they will hunt down their prey. This species, the Bergia Nudibranch, eats exclusively on aiptasia. Their mouth has a big and some mouth parts called a radula. It looks like a bunch of knives interlock one another. So when they are biting, they are really biting. That's why for the Montipora eating nudibranch, when you see the white spots on the Montipora, these guys are taking chunks out of the coral. Those appendages that you see around the nudibranch, I told you before, those are part of their digestive system, right? When they feed, in this case, these Bergias, when they eat aiptasias, the aiptasias have nematocysts like a normal anemone, right? So when they feed on the aiptasia, the nematocysts become part of their body. So that's their way of protecting themselves from other predators. It's pretty crazy. It's like with these guys, you truly are what you eat. They have both genitals of males and females. When they meet with another nudibranch, they pretty much exchange sperm and eggs between each other. So each nudibranch can lay a lot of eggs. Each nudibranch can be a female and a male at the same time. They are hermaphrodites. All right, guys, so those are all the facts that I have for you about the nudibranchs. It's very genetic. I don't have that much details about this species in particular. It's actually very difficult to find any information about these little guys. But as you can see right here, all of them, well, this one right here is moving normal. It has, I'm doing the drip acclimation. The drip has to be so slow. I start with a normal drip, and the impact of the drop on the water was making these guys go crazy all around the container. So I'm ready to introduce these guys into the system. So I just want to show you where I'm going to place them, because I can't do two things at the same time pretty much. So I have to set up the camera in like some type of tripod, and then if you can see, I'm zooming in next to those green mushrooms. On top of it, I'm going to place the Bergias right there on top of it, away from all those aiptasia. They will find the aiptasia on their own. I don't want to mess too much with that. So let's see how it goes. All right, guys, that is it. I finally placed all the nudibranchs into the system. Hopefully, I will start seeing some results in the near future, hopefully in a couple of weeks maybe. They are very tiny. Once again, they're very, very tiny, but I know they will do a good job to take care of all the aiptasia in this system. So I cannot even see them. I cannot even see where they are anymore. I know they are. They like to hunt during the night. So I have the bright light of the camera on, so I know that bothers them a little bit. So the first thing they did once I put it in the tank was look for somewhere to hide. Hopefully they will start working as soon as possible. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you liked all the information about the nudibranch. I did the best I could to show you this amazing creature that I got. I know it's gonna do a great job in my system, and hopefully I can get my money back when I sell them back. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching my stuff. Please like and subscribe, and I see you on the next video. Thank you.